They basically wanted to crush the resistance against the Confederates through forced march from Atlanta, Georgia to the sea. More than 62,000 men going around marched around 285 miles. Most of the men were part of the infantry, and around 5,500 men were cavalry. The march wasn't fully approved by the president because he didn't want the outcome to affect the election. The president at this time was Abraham Lincoln. And after the election, it was approved by Abraham Lincoln and most of the controversial generals. The man behind this plan was William Truman Sherman. And a lot of the battles used a lot of guns for their weapons. Well, he liked to torch things and set things on fire. He was kind of a pyro. So, in 1864, he battled He battled against John Bell Hood, Confederate forces, and then seized Atlanta. He thought that there was a better way to achieve peace. After 2 months' occupation, marched across the state of Georgia from Atlanta to the sea. The march began November 1864. Sherman ordered his men to torch anything of military value in Atlanta, such as railroad, depots, factory, anything that would keep the Confederates going in their battles. Then from then on, he destroyed anything from their path, and they also cut off from their suppliers in Atlanta and basically lived off the land throughout their march. Living off the land for them was basically from stealing from the the people in the South, but they also had about 1,200,000 rations, 3,000 beef cattle, 17,000 mules and horses, and 12,000 wagons, which if they were to be stretched out in a single fire line would have equaled 50 miles. But during this point in the war, which was the 3rd year, there was about 1 million either killed, wounded, or missing. His point was to show that the other union that we can push the Confederates out. That if we can march through here, make it to the sea, and seize that, then, which was Savannah, which they were marching to, then we can basically do anything. But during this time, halfway through the march, he split his army up into 2 groups to confuse the Confederates. One was led by O.O. Howard, and the other one's name escapes me. But I will get back to you. Is there any questions? Nope. Good talk to you.
Wait, I have a question. Why is your map orange?
Because I wanted to color it orange.
Because orange is beautiful.
That's how the land was back
Okay.
No, it was black and white.
And the other guy was Henry Slogan was the other guy.
So orange.
North Carolina, all orange.